Hi, and welcome back to Craft Along with Jay. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Yetta, and I am so happy you could join me today. Today, I'm teaming up with my good friend Nikki from Nikki's Eye for DIY. We are doing a gingerbread collaboration this evening, and I am so excited. Don't forget when you're done with this video, go over and check out Nikki's video as well. She is super talented. For project number one, I got these little plastic ornaments. They're not completely round. They're kind of flat on the top and the bottom. If that makes sense. Not completely flat, but like not round, kind of flattish on both sides. And I'm gonna give them a coat of paint, and I'm gonna mix up some hazelnut chalk paint, and I'm gonna add a little bit of burnt umber in it just to darken it up a little bit. I want it to get like a different kind of brown for my gingerbread color. So I kind of wanted to darken it up a little bit so it's not too dark, not too light. And I'm just kind of playing around with the mixing right here till I get the color I want. And then we're gonna sponge it onto our ornaments. And I'm gonna sponge them on because I don't want any streaks on it. So when you sponge it on, it kind of gives it a nice cleaner surface. And as you can see, I got started, but I forgot to add the Mod Podge just because it adhere better to the ornaments. So I'm adding it in now, and then we'll continue with the sponging of the ornaments till I get all five of them done. And just make sure when you do the first coat, you let it completely dry, and then I'm going to give it a second coat. So that way we have a nice good coverage. And I just love how this color turned out. I think it's like perfect for my gingerbread theme here. So yeah, we're gonna get them all done. And then that's the top side, and then I let that dry, give it another coat. So I went to Cricut Design Space and I printed out or cut out these faces, gingerbread faces. And I did the first four first before I started taping just because this was not easy. It gave me a really hard time until I got into kind of the groove of doing it. Just because how it was set up in Design Space, I kind of had to figure it out. So the cheeks, they're already spaced out the way they should be spaced out on your ornament. So when you transfer it, don't move them, just leave it the space it is. So it's kind of like a puzzle. So after you put the cheeks on, you're going to put the black part of the face on, the eyes and the mouth, and it's already spaced out. You just got to transfer it over. So it kind of, because you see the smiley part of the mouth kind of goes on top of the cheeks. So it's sort of like a puzzle of how you had to put this on. Um, so yeah, I had to do some practicing before I could show you on the last one here because now I had it down packed. It was a bit of a struggle, but I got it done and they are absolutely adorable. So here I'll just kind of let you watch me kind of puzzle this together, the different colors, because you know it's color coded, and then you'll see how it all comes together. But it's super neat to watch. And while you're watching that, just want to take a moment to thank you all for being here with me today and watching this video. It really means the world to me. And if you're a subscriber returning, thank you so much for the support. I love what I'm doing. I would like to continue doing it. So your support certainly helps, and I'm very appreciative. And if you're new or if you're a returning viewer but have not subscribed yet, I would like for you to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see and join me here on my YouTube journey. That would really means a lot to me. And also, I am on a quest to see if I can reach 1,500 subscribers before Christmas. I think that would be super duper exciting if I could do that. So, yeah, if you like what you see, please subscribe and help me out. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so here I'm getting the white part onto my gingerbread face. And because of the curviness of the ornaments, I'm kind of doing it a little bit in section at a time and then lifting it up so it doesn't become tangled or crinkled up. So yeah, you just have to be kind of careful with it and kind of work with it and get it on there. But yeah, they are. I think they're so cute. Then I'm gonna give it a coat of Mod Podge to keep it in place, seal it in. And while that's drying, I got this 14-inch wreath ring from the Dollar Tree, and I had this bundle of fluffy yarn that I think at some point got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap my wreath form here, and I'm doing it on one of the crossbars here, kind of flipping it over and gluing it onto itself with hot glue. That way it kind of keeps it in place, and then we're just gonna start wrapping all the way around so the whole thing is full. Took a little bit of time, but it was kind of nice just to sit there and fiddle around with it. It's kind of relaxing. So, but I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'll just kind of show you how I get started and how kind of like, how it's going to lay out. But it gives it such a nice soft look to it. And then when that's done, I'm going to use these different ribbons here to make a nice big bow. I think this is 2 inch or 2.5. I think 2 inch bow, 2.5 maybe. And I'm just trying to, I have my wreath from there just to kind of measure how long I want my tails and my loops. So here we got a 6 inch tail that we're going to start with. And then I'm kind of laying it up against my wreath form just to see how long I want my loops to be. So I'm kind of playing around with it until I kind of have an idea. And I believe I end up doing 6 inch loops with this gingerbread ribbon right here. And this ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. And make sure when you get the tail down, you have to kind of twist um, the ribbon so you have the wrong side up. So when you make the loop, you get the right side back up, as you can see right here. And I'm showing you I'm making 6 inch loops. And I'm going to do 6 inch twice on each side for this one. And here you twist it. So it kind of be the wrong side up. So when you make the loop around, then it's the right side up. And then you twist it, and then you make 2 more loops at 6 inches. And then you make a 6 inch tail to go down. Then I go over this candy cane stripe. I think this is 1.5 inches. And here I'm making 6 inch tails and 5 inch loops, and 2 on each side. And remember to twist it in the middle. And then I have another, I think it's 1.5 inches as well. It kind of matches the first one we did, that was 2 inches. And here I'm making 4 inch loops, 6 inch tails and 4 inch loops. And you still twist it in the middle. And then I'm just using a piece of baker's twine right here, and I'm going to pull it up and then tie it all together in the middle. And it's quite a thick bundle. That ribbon from Hobby Lobby is on the thicker side. It's really nice to work with. And it's wired, so that helps with the bows. So here we're just going to fluff up all the loops. And then when I get to the tails, I'm just going to ducktail all of them, all 6 of them. And that's what I'm working on here. As I'm ducktailing them, I'm cutting them a little bit shorter. And then I'm taking another piece of the striped one, and I'm just going to fold it over a little bit on both sides because it's a little bit too wide. So I just hot glue it into place, folding it on both sides. And then we're going to tie that round in the middle of our bow. That covers up the baker's twine and also gives it a nice finished look as well. And then some more fluffing, of course. And then I'm going to position it on my wreath here, and then I'm going to use a bunch of hot glue to secure it in place. And then play around with the bow, of course. And then we're going to add on our ornaments to it. Thought that would give it kind of a fun, whimsical look here. So we just hot glue them into place all around the wreath form. And I'm not doing them straight. I'm kind of like positioning them a little bit to the side and stuff, just making it whimsical, making it fun. And that would be it for this one. I love how this turned out. It is so much fun. You're going to have to let me know what you think about this one. I love it. All right, let's move on to project number 2. I picked up this bell from the Dollar Tree, and I love it because it has poinsettias on it. You see, it's kind of raised. It's got details on it. And I thought this would be perfect for this next gingerbread project. So I'm using some more of that mixture paint that we use for the ornaments that had hazelnut and burnt umber and some Mod Podge in it. And I'm going to go ahead and paint the whole thing as a base coat. So that way when we start changing colors, it's going to be an even color And I'm using the lighter one because it's easier to darken up versus lighten it once it's dark, I think. So here it's covered, and then I'm going to go in with truffle, and I'm going to paint the bell, not the details, not the poinsettias, the raised part, but just the bell itself. So it took a little bit of time to get through this because there's so many details to get around. Um, but I used a bigger brush for this part, but then when I had to get into the details around the flowers, I'm using a more detailed brush, like fine tip brush. So I'm not painting on top of that raised part. And then that's what it looks like. And I'm going to go in with Waverly's Chalk Paint and Plaster with a very, very fine tip brush because we're going to start highlighting the details of the poinsettias. So all those little lines and crevices that was in there, I'm going to go in with this. It looks like, the icing part of the gingerbread and just highlight the poinsettia on the leaves and the flowers and stuff. And this turns out beautiful. I just love how this turned out. So, but it takes some time. It's a lot of work. But it was relaxing to sit down and just do this. It was very satisfying. And then when you see the results, it's definitely worth it. So I'm just going to show you a little bit here and there. Yeah, you see how it pulls out the details? And now I'm working on the little dots in the middle of my poinsettias right there. And I'm just dotting them up so you can actually see the dots and not just painted over. And see how it looks like? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is what it looks like. And I started adding some details, just a little extra, because I thought it needed a little bit more, for being a gingerbread um, bell. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I'm doing here, the designs and things like that I'm adding to it. And I'm still using Waverly's Chalk Paint and Plaster. And I'm just kind of having fun with it. Just, yeah, giving it the look that I feel is right for it. And it really, really turned out pretty. Just wait till the end when you see it. So I'm just making some little doodling here and some stars and snowflakes and things. Just kind of wherever I made me happy and the space I had to work with it at that point. So that's what that looks like. It's already coming to life, getting a little extra. And then I'm going in with like little stars and snowflakes, some smaller ones in the space that I have available, just to fill it up some more. I think it really brought out everything on this bell. And that's what it looks like when it's all done. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I also decided to paint the inside of my bell because it was gold. And then I have this bigger jingle bell here. I'm going to Mod Podge it. And then I'm going to go in with truffle and hazelnut. I'm doing a base coat of truffle, and while it's still wet, I'm going in with hazelnut. I'm not mixing the colors, but I'm just adding random hazelnut to the top of it, so it kind of has a two-tone um, coloring to it. Kind of make it a little bit rustic. And then once that's dry, I'm just taking some jute twine and put it in from the top, and then I'm going to tie my bell to it on the inside. And that way, we have a little bell hanging on the inside of the bell. To get the jute twine through that little loop, I had to use a little um, tape here to go around because otherwise I was fraying up the jute twine. So this is very helpful to kind of thread it through that little loop because it was small. And this made it very smooth to get it through. And then just tie a knot like so. Take the tape off and tie it. And that's what it looks like. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. All right, project number 3. I got this frame that I'm repurposing. I used it for something different in the fall, and I really needed that frame. So took it apart, and we're gonna painted. I gave it 2 coats of plaster around the edges of the frame. And here I got a piece of felt that I had measured down. I'm gonna cut it across right here. It's a little bit too big. And even though I had the crease there, I know myself, I can't cut straight no matter what. So I'm going in with a pencil marking here, and then I'm able to cut straight. But just with the creasing, I'm not too good about the cutting. So I'm gonna fold it up, and then I'm just gonna hand draw a stocking on here. And you'll see me playing around with that so I don't get it right on the first one, but I'm looking at it and figuring it out and make sure I'm happy with it before I start cutting it. And then once I got to that point, I'm just going to start cutting it. And then I'm going to go in and hot glue it and seal it shut. And then once I've done that all the way up, I'm just going to turn my stocking inside out. I was having a little bit of trouble there on the edge, and it's going to come open again once I turn it inside out because this felt is from Hobby Lobby, so it's premium. It's thicker than the Dollar Tree one, so it's a bit harder to turn inside out, but we'll glue it back once we get it right side out, and you won't be able to tell at all. It's just heavy duty felt. So here we go. Now we got the base of the stocking done. Then I got this really nice fluffy, um, what is it, fleece? Fluffiness? I forgot what it's called from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to cut a piece here to get to the top of my stocking. Fur. It's fur. Yeah, it's fur. And I'm going to, but before I glue that on, I decided to use this Rick Rack ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to go around the outline of the stocking with that. And I'm just going to use some hot glue and, go around the perimeter of the stocking. And then once I've done that, then we're going to add that piece of fur to the top. And I think it was better to do it this way because then there's no gap between the ribbon and the fur. You can't see a gap. It's kind of overlapping. And I'm just going to very lightly bend it around the back. Not all the way, but, just at the top part on the front is covered. And then I have some little pom-pom ribbon here as well. It's the smaller kind. And then we're going to start decorating our stocking and wanted to make some loops across, not necessarily straight, just kind of like it loops around the stocking right here. Then I'm going to outline the heel and the toe part as well of the stocking, the sock. You see like that? And I'm just going to hot glue that into place. And then I decided to do one like right there in the middle to kind of knead it a little bit extra like that. And then we're going to start decorating. I had so much fun with this. It was, yeah, just had a lot of fun. And I had some even smaller Rick Rack right here. And I'm going to make like little stars with it. A snowflake right here in the middle. And I'm just going to hot glue that into place as well. You can decorate it any way you want to. Just have fun with it, make it your own, and just, yeah, the possibilities are endless. I have put little sprinkles around the perimeter of the boot as well with some puff paint, but I ended up going in with some hot glue later. The puff paint does not work for me in this thing. It would dry, it wouldn't stick, so I changed that up. You'll see that in a little bit here. I'm going to go in and hot glue those little candies or sprinkles in place with some hot glue. But here I'm still working on another little snowflake, a star right here. And then I'll just put like a little mint in the middle, just to add a little bit of color to it. You see him start hot and gluing them in because they kept coming off. So yeah, I gave up on the puff paint. So we're just gonna hot glue them down. And they're so small, I had to use my little tweezers right here to kind of get it into the glue. But it gave it a cute look to it. I love it. And then I'm looking at it like trying to figure out what to do next. It needed some more. Just checking what kind of sprinkles I got going on. So keep on going here. Make it fun and festive. And then just picking out some more little mint candies right here. And then just little gingerbread houses and people here to add to the theme. And some more mints. And then we're just going to start hot gluing all that into place. And then while that's drying, I got this piece. I just cut a piece of wrapping paper, gingerbread wrapping paper, and we're going to glue that to the base part of inside our frame. And I'm just going to use my Elmo's glue stick to put that into place. I love this wrapping paper. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's a nice background, for framed art and stuff like that. You can do so much with it. So here I'm just gluing that in. And then once I've done that, look, it already looks super cute. We're going to add our stocking into the middle of it. And first I'm playing around with some placement of things to see, kind of how I want it before I commit to hot gluing anything down. So I'm just going to figure out what embellishments I want to use. And I'm just playing around with this. It's like, yeah, I wasn't really feeling any of the candies part. I just really wanted to, keep a gingerbread part for the most part. I do end up, you'll see it when we take a look at the finished look, that I'm adding some mints to the side, but this is kind of where I was going here with this. Then I'm just going to chop off the little loops on the top because I want ornaments. They come off really quick. You just cut them off. And then I got some floral. I got some white poinsettias and some of those gold little ball thingies as an embellishment. And I like it with the white poinsettias in here, but when we take a look at it later, you'll see I switched it out with the red ones. So you have to let me know if I should have stayed white or if I should leave it with the red. I like both. But yeah, I switched it for whatever reason, just because it has the red in the stocking with the candies and stuff. So now we got the gingerbreads down. I'm going to glue my stocking down. And then we'll put our little flower arrangements in the stocking. And then I do go around and end up using some Aleene's tacky glue to glue the gingerbread down on the corners of the frame because the hot glue didn't work because the frame is kind of metalish, if that's even a word. Metal. So I'm using Aleene's tacky glue to hold them in place because hot glue, of course, didn't work. But you'll see I changed it up when we take a final look. And so you have to let me know which way you like it better. But I think it's super cute either way. So let's take a look at it. So here's our gingerbread wreath first. I think it's so much fun. I absolutely love it. And then we'll take a look at our bell. I think the bell is gorgeous too. It turned out so pretty. I love it. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video with me, thank you so much. It really made the world to me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so and help me reach my goal of 1,500 subscribers by Christmas. I would really appreciate it. And here are the red ones, and I put little candies on the side. So let me know, red or white. What do you think? All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you all. And don't forget to go check out Nikki. She's super talented and can inspire you even further. Until next time.